Hello and welcome to our AI for Business series. I'm Mansoor Shere from the Data Center of Excellence with Miracle Software Systems. In today's episode, we explore how to leverage machine learning to analyze supplier risk and generate meaningful risk scores. Before we get deeper, let's quickly check some business challenges. Global supply chains face rising risks from unpredictable vendor performance that disrupt production, inflate inventory costs, and jeopardize customer commitments. Static supplier reviews and manual spreadsheets fail to capture real-time threats like delivery delays, cost variances, and further bottlenecks. Meanwhile, complex international logistics across varied shipment weights, costs, and transport modes amplify inefficiencies where a single supplier failure can halt production and cause major financial losses. This convergence of risk demands a holistic data-driven approach. So, what are all could be the objectives for the supplier risk scoring? Analyze shipping history and vendor reliability to flag potential delays, surface high confidence signals for auditability and trust, and reveal statistical links between delay risk and financial variables to strengthen procurement planning. Well, what's the value framework for this risk scoring analytics through ML? An ML driven framework helps procurement leaders quickly detect, correlate, and respond to vendor risk by correlating zero inflated and skewed supply chain data with a dual model design. It predicts the probability of shipment delays to flag high risk orders for executives and estimate delay duration in days to guide buffer stock and expedited shipping decisions. By combining classification and regression, it delivers accurate, actionable risk visibility. A unified ML dashboard integrates shipment history, cost trends, and delay patterns, giving procurement teams real-time insight into emerging vendor risks and operational inefficiencies. Having said that, let's quickly invite Lohit, a data and AI engineer, to give us a demo.
Hi, I'm Puneet Verma, data and AI engineer at Miracle Software Systems. Today, I'm showing the technical engine behind supplier risk scoring. While most dashboards just show you what already happened, but our ML prediction model will tell you what will happen. Our analysis starts with foundation of 10,000 records with supply chain scenarios. The dataset captures critical dimensions like global suppliers, operational metrics, risk indicators like geopolitical and historical delay patterns. Next, to process this data, we use categorical label encoding and feature extraction to turn raw data into mission readable. And finally, we fed this data into random forest classifier that trains on the fly to adopt the latest operational reality. Now, let's move to our ML driven dashboard. Here is the sample data that we trained, and a model tracked almost 50 signals, but it focused on 5 critical weights to calculate the probability of delay. Let me show you how the model thinks. First, external risk. Here, the model treats this as a baseline penalty. If the region has risk score above 60, like if we select any of these countries below, the model adds 28% risk probability to every shipment over there, while laying the groundwork before even going to the supplier. Now, let's move to finance. Here, the model goes deeper than just credit score. The model adds hidden layer called capital risk. If we notice here, the value order is 50k, but once I add one more zero, which is 500k, then the model jump almost 5.3% because the model see higher value as a liability far heavier than the credit score. Now let's move to operational performance. This is the most strongest signal from the model. It says 85% of factory utilization as a limit. When I drag it to 95%, we can notice almost 47.2% spike because the overloaded factory acts as unpredictability. Now let's move to quality. Here we encode a product complexity. If you see here, textile has almost 0 to no risk, but when I change it to microchip, the model jump almost 5.1% because it knows the complex products naturally drive failure rate. Next, relationship. Here we have a partnership strength, which is only signal that can reduce risk. If you see here, the partnership strength is at 5. When I drag it to 9, the model immediately subtracts 14.1% from the risk probability because the stronger partnership can solve some problems. Finally, risk simulator. We have aggregation of all these metrics we discussed, which allow planners to test what if scenarios. Let's select Vietnam as a country here and run prediction. It will predict as low risk. But once I change the capacity to 95%, it's immediately give it as high risk, which ignores the safer region. Now watch what happened here. If I raise the relationship to close to 10, it flipped back to low risk, meaning it calculates the partnership strength is enough to mitigate the factory strain. This is the nuances of machine learning model. Finally, I would like to conclude with most supplier chain are reactive, spending millions of dollars to fix after happen. Our supplier risk score make proactive by measuring the multiple dimensions of metrics. Thank you.
Thanks, Lohit, for the detailed walkthrough on all the metrics of this use case. To summarize, this ML-driven solution empowers supply chain leaders by integrating risk analytics with dynamic cost and weight factors. Leveraging a ML model random forest architecture, it transforms raw shipping data into a proactive defense system, aligning with global distribution mandates while safeguarding operational margins. We at Miracle Software Systems help customers across various industry verticals in their AI and ML journey. Want to know more about us? Please reach out to us at datapractice@miraclesoft.com or visit us at www.miraclesoft.com. Stay tuned for our next video on AI for Business series. Thank you.